Hey everyone, and welcome back. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Netflix's Shadow and Bone announcing a big casting update for season 2. Let's dive into it. What is the premise of Shadow and Bone? The Netflix series Shadow and Bone, adapted from fantasy author Leigh Bardugo's trilogy of the same name and her Six of Crows duology, follows the story of Alina Starkov, a cartographer who discovers that she has sun-summoning powers. This makes her a member of a magical community of people called the Grisha. Alina's powers are extremely valuable, and they have the power to completely obliterate the Shadow Fold, a malevolent force filled with monsters that divide her country in half. General Alexander Kirigan, Ben Barnes, the leader of the Second Army, is very interested in Alina and what she can do. At first, it seems as if he might be for her, but anyone familiar with villains knows that facade never lasts long. Now, the series has fans enthralled on Netflix, and Bardugo is thrilled with how her books were adapted to TV. All of Bardugo's anxieties about seeing her show become part of Netflix's universe seem to have paid off. The show has overwhelmingly positive reviews. Here comes the question: when are we going to see Shadow and Bone in season 2? Shadow and Bone season 2 has officially entered production. That's right. The cameras have started rolling again on Netflix's hit fantasy series, with principal photography underway in Budapest, Hungary once more. And if that wasn't enough good news, we've finally received confirmation of who will be playing fan-favorite characters in Nikolai Lantsov and Wylan Van Eck in season 2, so there's plenty to thank the Saints for. Before this latest rounded of announcements, little was known about Shadow and Bone season 2. Sure, we'd heard rumors about when the second season of the Netflix show would start filming, as well as when cast additions would be revealed, but it's good to have confirmation on both of these now, so we can start getting excited about Netflix's TV adaptation returning to our screens, especially when we thought its first season was superb. So when could we see Shadow and Bone season 2 arrive? Well, the show's first season took 4 months to film, with principal photography running from October 2019 to February 2020. Season 2 follows a similar filming pattern. Production should wrap in May. However, the ongoing pandemic, additional reshoots, and a lengthy post-production phase meant it would be 14 months before season 1 officially aired in April 2021. If season 2 befalls a similar fate, the next batch of episodes may not arrive until summer 2023. We hope that it won't take that long for Shadow and Bone to return, but fans of Leigh Bardugo's book series and the TV show will want season 2 to be as good as possible. If it means we have to wait longer for its arrival to ensure it's a stellar follow-up to the show's first season, we're happy to do so. Although we won't complain if it does arrive sooner than we think. Who is in the season 2 cast? Lee, Barnes, Archie Renaux, Mal, Freddy Carter, Kaz, Amita Suman, Inej, Kit Young, Jesper, Danielle Galligan, Nina, Calahan, Skogman, Matthias, Sujaya Dasgupta, Zoya, Julian Koskov, Fedor, Daisy Head, Genya, and Dean Lennox Kelly, Pekka Rollins will all return. Galligan, Skogman, and Head have been promoted as series regulars. Plus, there are some new additions to the cast. Anna Leong Brophy, Tracy's, will play Tamar Kier Batar. Jack Wolf, The Witcher, will play Wyland Hendricks. Louis Tan, Mortal Kombat, will play Toya Yulpadar, and Patrick Gibson, the OA, will play Nikolai Lantsov. As Shadow and Bone's principal protagonists, Alina and Mal will return, while Kirigan, who survived the attack in the Shadow Fold in the season 1 finale, is also back. Kaz, Jesper, and Inej, too, are part of the season 2 lineup. As in the Six of Crows duology, the Dreg story will line up with Nina and Matthias, so we should see that trio link up with the latter duo. This was hinted at in season 1's final episode, so expect them to join forces as they do in the novels. As for characters who have also made the leap from Bardugo's book series to the live-action TV series, Wyland Hendricks is one of 4 new confirmed cast members. The final 2 newcomers to Shadow and Bone's second season are twin siblings, Toya Yulbaltar and Tamar Kier Batar, will be played by Louis Tan, Mortal Kombat, and Anna Leong Brophy, Tracy's, respectively. In the novels, Toya is a Grisha heart-trender and a member of Stormholm's pirate crew. Tamara, meanwhile, is also a heart-trender, but an ex-member of Stormholm's team. The pair also meet up with Zoya in one of Shadow and Bone's spin-off novels, so expect elements of this book's story to be incorporated into season 2. There's no word on where Zoe Wanamaker's Bakhar will return from season 1, but the rest of the first season's cast is due to return, with each actor appearing in the season 2 production announcement video above. What would the second season focus on? Season 1's spoiler ahead, Season 2 is likely to follow stories from Siege and Storm, Six of Crows, and King of Scars. That's based on those returning cast members, new additions to the show's lineup, and what the Season 1 finale set up. With Alina and Maul going their separate ways to the dregs following Season 1's finale, the second season will continue their journey to new lands to keep Alina out of Kurgan's reach. That means they're sure to bump into Nikolai at some point, but we'll discuss him in a bit. As Season 1's final entry revealed, Kurgan has tapped into his Darkling powers, created new fold creatures known as Nechelia. Unlike the Volcra that inhabit the fold, these monsters can move in broad daylight. Expect them to be difficult adversaries for Alina and Maul to overcome. Several moving parts would be involved in a second season, but the one big element is that General Kurgan doesn't die, and his powers appear to be even stronger, not in a good way. Seems as if Kurgan will still be the big bad in the second season, so a big part of the second season might center around Alina versus Kurgan. The description for the second book in the Shadow and Bone series reads, in part, to save her country, Alina will have to choose between her power and the love she thought would always be her shelter. No victory can come without sacrifice, and only she can face the oncoming storm. We're still waiting for the official Season 2 synopsis from Netflix though, so how many episodes will there be in Season 2? Per the Hollywood Reporter, Shadow and Bone will return with another 8-episode run. Good news for those who enjoyed what was on offer in Season 1. What about a Six of Crows spinoff? If you completed Season 1 of Shadow and Bone and immediately took to Google to learn more about the Crow Club, you've learned that the series' main subplot serves as a prequel to Bardugo's book, Six of Crows. 2 more complete stories are waiting to be told about Kaz, Inej, Jesper, Nina, and Matthias. Bardugo has high hopes we'll see those books on Netflix soon, possibly as a spin-off separate from Shadow and Bone, if audience want it. Bardugo said, "We think we're all forming a giant prayer circle. It just depends on how audiences respond. Fantasy is expensive, and as for that 6th Crow Wylan, we knew this was not the season for him." Bardugo explained further, he has a very different background than any of the other crows, but I'd love to see him in later seasons. In addition to encountering Wylan, Heisever told Colander that Season 2 will see the crow spending more time in Ketterdam than might be expected. We kind of had to yoink our crows away from that in Season 1 and throw them toward the fold beyond for their heist. And I think at least part of next season should be a home game for our team. This also seems to imply that future seasons of Shadow and Bone will continue to entwine with Six of Crows instead of spinning off, as Bardugo tells Colander. There are currently 7 novels in the Grishaverse, not counting the short stories, and I don't believe it takes 7 seasons to get through that story because we've created this alternate timeline. But I'm not the showrunner, so we'll see what Eric has in mind. Will they rule out a King of Scars adaptation? King of Scars and Rule of Wolves comprise the second duology and 6th and 7th books in the Grishaverse universe and follows the adventures of one Nikolai Lantsov, a very chaotic privateer prince, as Bardugo puts it. She also hopes to see all 7 books adapted eventually. About this, Bardugo told, "I want to see the whole story, and I know that's crazy. I know it's unlikely, and I don't think it would take 7 seasons to get us through 7 books. I'd love to see the whole story unspool. I think that'd be something special." She also discussed casting for King of Scars. Nikolai Lantsov is probably one of my all-time favorite characters to write, enough so that I gave him his own duology, Bardugo said. "I think he'd be hell to cast, but I'd absolutely love to see him brought to the screen. He's a kind of a character, and I think he'd be a lot of fun." Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video.